Today on Thoughts from the Corner, we check out high society and see if it still stands the test of time and deserves a spot in my collection. Let's talk about it. What does that even mean, Bauer's Game Corner?
Oh, ahoy there, YouTube. Welcome again to Bauer's Board Game Corner. My name is Lucy. We have Josiah, and of course, I'll keep doing it.
And today we have a throwback Thoughts from the Corner, as Josiah wanted to play some high society, a game by Reiner and Knizia from Osprey Games, but I think they had another version that was a different company. This is for ages 10 plus, take about 20 minutes to play, and it's for 3 to 5 players. I absolutely adore this game. I'll give you a general elevator pitch, which is you are going to have cards in your hand that will say thousands on them, but you could just say 1 is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 15, and 25.
And so on and so forth, yeah.
And then there are going to be some cards in the middle. These cards will be numbered 1 through 10. These are victory point cards. Also, there will be some fancy green cards that will double your final score or half your final score, or there's one card in there that will do some bad stuff. And what's going to happen is you're going to flip over one of those, not that card.
Not that card, not the promo card.
You flip over this one card, for instance, and now what everyone's going to do is, starting with the player who flipped it over, you are then going to, if you would like to, bid on that by placing one of your cards down. So I might say, I'm going to bid 6,000. If no one else bids higher than 6,000, then I would win this 1 point. I would lose that 6,000, and then we would flip over another card, and I would get mocked. You do that until someone has reveals the fourth green card, at which point the game immediately ends. Your total player has the most... Oh, one more big rule. First, you see who has the fewest amount of cash left in their hand. They immediately lose the game, and then whoever has the most points after that will win the game, and that is high society. Who wants to start on?
This game, I played it a couple of times, and I like it a lot. It's a nice little game. It's a nice little filler game where it's enough strategy, but not too much that you get overwrought with it.
Yeah, for me, filler. No, I don't really like filler games as much if they don't have much or any strategy at all. This one has perfect amount of strategy. Again, not too much. I really wanted to play it because I had heard a lot of good stuff about it. It got reprinted so many times, and it feels unique. Really cool thing about the spending the money is. You have the 1, 2, 4, 10. No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. If you spend the 1s and 2s and 4s too early, you won't have those later. And those are really important to add on to your bid. And having a 20 in your hand is just to spend that and you lose it for good. You kind of want to spend lower numbers. So those lower numbers I think are really valuable. It's really interesting.
Yes, and that is really the crux of the game, because you say, no, I'm getting rid of my 2,000, I'm getting rid of my 3,000, I'm getting rid of my 4,000, but then it will roll up that you put down the 6,000 and someone else cuts back the 8,000, and if all your low numbers are gone, it'll be like, well, I don't want to bid 16,000.
Yeah.
And then it's this interesting little tit for tat. I also think there's and the order that these cards up can be, we played this 2 times tonight?
2 times.
And on the first game, our bottom 3 cards were the ×2, which it completely changed the game because we knew that was coming. And so there's nearly perfect information. I mean, if you can remember stuff of what's coming up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because these cards are public. Yeah, there's perfect information of what is going to come up.
One card left out? I can't remember now.
I don't think so. I think we did it right. But yes, I like to do these throwback videos to see if it's still worth keeping in my collection, and this is probably the 10th, 15th, 20th time I played it, and yes, I still really like this game. I think it's a great lightweight filler game. It's cheap because the box is small, easy to learn, easy to teach, the rules are well done.
Beautiful.
It will stand the test of time.
Oh yeah.
Reiner Knizia, he knows what he's doing. A lot of people mock him, but he makes great games. He makes some good games. Well, I mean, let's be honest. I feel like he's got 50 to 100 games. I feel like most of them are in this range. I don't feel like there's many that are oh my god, it's my favorite game in the world. Yeah.
But there are some games though. There's Tigers and Euphrates. There's this game. I can't think of any right now, but there are some that are really, really good games. Those are the only 2 I can think of right now.
Well, that's what happens when you design your game around math.
Oh, Shot and Totten. Shot and Totten.
Oh, Shot and Totten is so good.
It is so good. I want to play that again.
There you go. That is High Society, a game by Reiner Knizia. 3, 4, or 5 players, lightweight filler game. I'm all for this. So there you go. If you enjoyed this review, please click on the subscribe button down below. Also, in the comments below, let me know, what is the most high society function you have ever attended? The fanciest thing you've ever gotten yourself into?
Like years back when I was about I think near the end of high school. Yeah, I just went to like a little gathering where the mayor had like the whole little. It's a little mayor gathering where I was part of the mayor's engagement council or whatever.
Ooh.
So I went to a fancy dinner when I was younger. It was nice.
Yeah, the second wedding I ever attended. I haven't really been to any high society stuff at all, but that wedding was very, very fancy.
So I had just gotten out of a wedding. This is when I lived downtown, and I was dressed all nice and fancy. And I don't get dressed nice and fancy very often. So when I'm dressed nice and fancy, I like to do as much stuff as I can looking nice and fancy. I like to go to Taco Bell looking nice and fancy.
You're not fancy with your shorts you're wearing right now. You're the pinnacle of fancy.
So what I did was I stumbled into the Grand Wayne Center, which was right next door because I was always drunk. And I just kind of barged into something to hit on this woman. And it turns out I walked into like a $200 a plate dinner for like the SPCA Animal Association thing. And it worked out. I ended up talking to her for a while. And I ended up eating some of the food. And it was really cool. And but it was very fancy. It was very fancy. But there you go. Let me know in the comments below what's the fanciest thing you've gotten into. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.
See yas.
Bye.